Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Welcome to the third video on our MissionDawah.com online Dawah training course series with Abdul Raheem Green. So far we have discussed how the GORAB is an effective method to convey the message of Islam to a non-Muslim, and we've also discussed how we should agree upon common sense within our Dawah conversations. Now we're going to be going into the thick of the GORAB, which is G for God's existence. So Abdul Raheem, what are the reasons or what are the evidences to show that God exists?
The two angles we can come at this from is, number one, the point of view of design. If we have an ordered universe, surely there must be something that ordered it, because that's our common human experience, where we see things working according to laws, according to patterns, according to systems. Our common sense, our common human experience tells us that's what's common sense. Reason tells us that something must have designed it, must have organized it. So it's perfectly rational, perfectly sensible to link the observation of design, the reality of order, with intelligence and power and will.
Sure.
So it doesn't prove as an argument that Allah, as we know Allah, exists, but what it indicates is an intelligent, wise, powerful being.
Right.
That's the first stage, because it's quite important in GORAB that we're taking people through stages.
Sure.
So in a sense, we're explaining to them, this is A, this is B, this is C. It doesn't prove that this letter, and this letter yet makes this sentence or this poem or this whatever. So what we're trying to make clear in their minds is that common human experience leads us to conclude that where we see things working according to laws and patterns, according to order, something has imposed laws, patterns, order upon it. What exactly it is, we're not defining at the beginning of the conversation. We just want agreement with them on that particular topic.
Right.
And the second is an argument based on causality.
Sure.
That everything that exists, everything that happens has a cause. So an example of that would be, you're walking along in the desert, you find a mobile phone lying there on the sand. Now, although around you in the desert you have the possibility, in terms of the basic minerals and the basic things that you need in order to make a mobile phone. So you have sand, from which glass and the silicon chip comes. You have plastic, you have oil, from which the plastic comes. You have traces of precious metals, which make the circuit board.
Sure.
You know, I mean, you have bits of twigs, and you know, even if it's the desert, you have some palm trees. I mean, the point being is that the basic minerals which make up a mobile phone, they are there, and some of them are there in plenitude. There's lots of oil, lots of sand, and you have the possibility of heat with the sun. You have wind. You have all the possibility of movement, heat, lightning, perhaps occasionally. Rain could fall. Maybe it's occasionally, but you get the concept. Potentially, we could talk about over billions and billions of years of all of these things shifting and moving, and you get a mobile phone forming out of random events.
Right.
We would say that's ridiculous.
Yeah.
And it is ridiculous, because the mobile phone is something that clearly is designed. Forget the fact that we know a human being, because this is a bit of a red herring that some people say, yeah, but we know a phone has been designed, we know it's been made. That's a red herring. The point is that design is apparent in it, because there's certain things that need to come together in order for something to be designed, as opposed to stuff just lying around randomly.
Yeah. Yeah.
We know the difference between something that is relatively random and something that is purposefully designed. And this displays the characteristics of something that is purposely designed. We could come across an object that we have no previous experience of. It's not something theoretically that is not a mobile phone. Maybe it's something designed by an alien, but still we would recognize the components of design in it.
Yeah.
Even though it's not something we've got previous experience of. So the argument that, oh yeah, but that's just what we've got experience of. No, we'd still apply this to different places we went, different things we could potentially see. So that's the point. It's a very simple, very logical, very rational, something that appeals to it appeals to everybody, even the atheist. Really cannot bring a convincing argument. I guess it's so powerful and it's so basic. And the point here is to show that we have really good rational reasons to believe that the universe has a creator, because the design in the universe is apparent everywhere. We look at the alternation of the night and the day, we look at the different composition of gases, we look at many different things. Water, how amazing it is that water, when it is in its solid state, i.e. it's ice, it floats, it doesn't sink, because if water, when it was solid, i.e. when it was ice, sunk, then life would not exist. If well, it probably definitely wouldn't exist on it. It might do, but it's unlikely. The composition of gases in the atmosphere just happen to be the right for life to exist. We happen to have this gas, the ozone, that filters out the harmful effects of the sun's radiation. We happen to be just at a distance from the sun that allows light. We happen to rotate on our axis on this earth at just the right speed. Amazingly, we happen to have another planet near us that actually diverts, its gravitational force diverts meteors from space so that it doesn't bombard the earth. I mean, what you find is the more you look, the more you see this incredible precision that exists within our solar system. And then you can explore even further into the very forces which make the universe what it is: gravity,